My name is Hannah Hughes. I'm 20 years old and I've had IC for about 3 years. I got diagnosed my freshman year of college and I've been on all sorts of medications for it and all sorts of supplements and diet changes and everything. And now I'm finally on the right course. While my doctor had put me on Elmeron, which is a drug that is discontinued now, I was on a diet that was basically just low acidic foods. So I couldn't eat anything that was acidic. It was mostly a lot of bland foods like bread and yogurt and just dairy and gluten and stuff like that. And it definitely worsened my symptoms and did not help me. And even though maybe it felt like it was helping me, it was actually hurting me. And now I've reversed what had originally afflicted me. My original symptoms that I started having was extreme pain and frequency and urgency. And I almost felt like I had a brick in my lower abdomen, just like resting in my bladder. And the pain never went away. It never, I felt it constantly. And some days it was worse. Some moments it was worse. And sometimes the pain would hit me in the middle of the night and I would have insomnia. Didn't sleep right for several years because of the pain. And it felt like I had a UTI 24/7, essentially. My root causes mainly was a DAO deficiency. I have a histamine intolerance. I have oxalate related issues. I can't have high oxalate foods. I have to stick to a low oxalate diet. I have micronutrient deficiencies, leaky gut, and immune dysfunction. Gosh, Dr. Mandy is completely different from any doctor I've ever been to. I went through 7 different specialists before I found Dr. Mandy, and they did a completely Western medicine approach where they would just give me medications that they didn't think were going to work, gave me the wrong diet. They didn't test me. They didn't run me any kind of labs or use science basically to tell me exactly what was wrong with me, exactly what deficiencies I had. Dr. Mandy uses lab work and actually finds out exactly what is wrong with me and gives me a proper protocol and proper supplementation to fix these issues. All my other doctors just would ask me my symptoms, prescribe me something for symptoms, not actual like root causes. They were just masking my symptoms. So I wasn't actually getting better. They were just trying to make me feel better temporarily. Dr. Mandy's completely different, where rather than just focusing on symptoms, it's about healing what's actually causing my IC. So even though there's ups and downs and symptoms, I'm getting better. Essentially, it's all uphill. So it's a completely different approach. And I love this approach so much better. It's much more scientific and holistic at the same time. Symptoms have improved so much. At one point, I remember being like bedridden and just not wanting to get up or do anything because I just felt so terrible. And now it's like I hardly have symptoms. Like I've gotten so much better. I can eat so many more foods. Like I just overall my pain management is so much better. It's like I definitely feel like I'm going into remission soon. So other teenagers to be mindful of what you eat and not focus on how you look, not focus on anything but the nutritional value of what you're eating and what you're doing for yourself, because anything you do can have consequences. If you're eating artificial foods your entire life, if you're eating gluten and just junk, it's going to lead you to health problems, and it's not worth it. I suggest, finding a sport, finding something you like to do, and not focusing on, especially eating disorders, being thin. I'm sure that's what led me to possibly having IC, was my bad eating habits in high school, giving myself these deficiencies, and just led to my chronic condition. I would say eat healthy, eat right, and take care of yourself, and you'll feel so much better. You'll look better. You'll feel better. You'll be better. So just take care of yourself. I'm much happier. I've learned to take care of myself. I've learned to trust science. I've learned to break things down to make them more manageable and understandable. And I've just learned how to know myself and know my body, and know what works for me, what makes me feel better, and just how to help others, and educate myself on what is actually causing these things. Future, I certainly see myself having an IC pretty much free life, not worrying about it being on the back burner, continuing to eat healthy, take my supplements, continue my good habits, but not have IC controlling my life, not have, not think about it all the time. I see myself just moving on, moving past it. IC has inspired me to become a functional diagnostic nutritionist. Essentially, I want to do lab testing and help other people who have chronic conditions, and help them find out their root causes, and use nutrition to, help better all the people across the world.